Hey everyone, Brian here for Ginger Prime, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back Soul Nation. Thanks for coming and checking out this New World video, in which that 93% of you have yet to hit that subscribe button. So if this is the video that earns your subscription, be sure to sound off in the comments below. And if you are the part of the 6% that have already subscribed, you are incredible and awesome, and I really appreciate you for doing so. Now, we're going to dive into this full post. This is covering a lot of what's happening with the alpha build of New World in November. They've been adding a new zone. One of the cool things that we're going to talk about is they're adding fishing. It's one of the things that I felt was primarily lacking in the current version of New World that we all played back in August and September. I can speak personally from the heart saying that I really miss playing this game. I really hope that it is a very big success, and I am quite impressed with what they've done, but yet we are still waiting and they're still having to build out a lot of content for the game. And I think it's a good thing. I think the fact that they've delayed it to 2021 is ultimately a good thing for this game and this community. But let's go ahead and dive into the full article. You can check the link in the description if you want to just go read this for yourself. But let's do this thing. Greetings, adventurers. We're excited today to announce the discovery of a brand new zone, Reekwater. In this month's alpha test update, veteran adventurers levels 58 to 60 can challenge themselves in the swamps of Reekwater, a dilapidated fishing village that plays home to a new set of foes. And what would a fishing village be without? Well, fishing. Well, we've placed this introduction of fishing as a new trade skill, plus some fishing poles for engineers to craft. This release also brings some quality of life changes with adjustments to enemy AI, difficulty levels, combat UI, and much more. So let's take a look at the detailed patch notes below. So for the spotlight, we've got new zone, the Reekwater. Life and death shake hands here, is the quote. Last vast, dense, wooded, supernatural swamp was given the name Reekwater by fisherfolk, who gathered there to take advantage of the area's many prime fishing spots. The name stems from the pungent and stinky stickly, sweet smell of decay that pervades the entire region. The original statement, Bayou Village, was seen by the builders as a new Venice, built on the submerged ruins of an ancient residential district, whose grand hopes were shattered with the arrival of Saren Queen's Flotana and her rapid expansion of power. The settlers of Reekwater were forced almost entirely out of the territory, and those unable to leave were dragooned into the work crews of the Siren Queen. Her reach stretched across most of Reekwater, even as both she and her crew became lost. Now she has turned her sights onto the angry earth, capturing them to drive her plans as she desperately searches for any who regain her lost soul. Her lost soul. An all-consuming quest that forces her to take greater risks for any chance of success. You can see some images here, looking pretty cool. One of the complaints that I think a lot of people leveraged is a lot of the game and the world and the characters, the zones all felt very similar. And honestly, it's pretty interesting to see what they do over the course of time. I loved how everything connected together in one cohesive kind of like ecology. But anyway, we'll dive back into the post. So new quests and NPCs lead you on a path to discover the origins of these Azoth-infused waters, the life cycles of the Dryads, and the role of the ancient guardians played in this region of Eternum. So new enemies. What is a new zone without creatures to test your skills against? We've added the following new enemies, with even still more to come in later updates. 4 swamp dryads, angry earth creatures who use the power of the bog and Azoth to fight the player. Undead pirate brute. Imagine the brute as a pirate with a cannon on his back. Enjoy. 2 swamp fiends. One of these fiends charges towards the player and explodes, while the other prefers to overwhelm unwary adventurers with a flood of melee attacks. Creepers, a new type of tendril with some new attacks and strong poison damage. Suffrage of the Elders, a swamp version of the beast that pulls minions from the ground and throws a mean spike. The Protector of the Source, a boss version of the Suffrage of the Elders. With increased difficulty, the Protector consumes minions to grow stronger and throws homing spikes. And you can see a nice little image right there for you guys to go. All right. Let's talk about fishing. Life on a tournament is hard. Sometimes you want to just sit down, relax a little, and enjoy the beauty of the world. There's no better way to do that than by terrorizing some fishes with a pole in your hand and a bucket of fish bait at your side. So they added the fishing as a new gathering skill. They've added a wide range of fish into all the waters, fresh and salt, of Eternum, Added fishing rods as a new tree within the engineering trade skill. There are 5 tiers of fishing rods to be crafted. There are 11 unique perk types available for fishing rods. They added fishing hotspots to greatly increase the bite speed and rarity of fish, and your ability to find hotspots increases with your fishing skill. You can gather, cook, and loot to find bait that increases your chance at catching rare fish. The first inhabitants of Reekwater found a marshy waters teeming with all manner of fish that quickly set out to map and take advantage of this world and valuable resources. The quality and quantity of fish found throughout the area is far superior than any other areas found across the island, attracting the best and most esteemed fishing enthusiasts on Eternum. So some combat changes, enemy updates. So they have updated the threat system, and this is based off of a previous post that they made. You guys, again, can go check the link if you're interested in that as well. So they want to be clear which player has the enemy will target and provide more of what players can manipulate threat. So healing and blocking will now generate threat. The sword mastery tree has been updated to make 2 abilities generate threat. Players can expect updates on other mastery trees later. They added a taunt to shield bash, and they added an AoE threat bonus to Intimidating Rush. So the Elite Enemy System Part 1, we want our Elite Champion enemies to be more challenging and offer unique gameplay twists. The Elite system allows us to assign 1 to 3 traits to an enemy that vary gameplay, and these can be specifically assigned or random. There are 3 categories of traits. Offensive includes elemental damage, damage bonus, block, damage bonus. Defensive includes increased health, increased armor, increased elemental resistance. Utility increased includes explosion on death and frost aura, and they're going to keep adding traits over time. I love that idea. When you talk about even in the concept of modifiers and different kind of content, it just kind of helps bring in variety. Like the more difficulty can also be that they continue to just add traits and just perks and bonuses to the enemies themselves, just to have to change how your gameplay works overall. Anyway, so we've also added an inherent elite buff that all elites and champions will get. This buff will make grit attacks unbreakable, but reduces the block damage that they do and allows tanks to better handle multiple enemies. Difficult for level 50 combat has been increased across the board, and please note that this will require even more tuning moving forward as we continue to refine our endgame. Weapons and balance updates. Targeted healing. We've added a targeted healing system that makes it easier for support players to heal their allies. When Healing Pulse and Divine Embrace are activated, the friendly player closest to the caster reticle will be locked on. Pressing left mouse button will cast the heal ability on the target. Target lock will disable after the cast is complete. Target lock can be switched to other friendly players using the mouse wheel up or down, or by moving the mouse in the direction of the next friendly player. Target lock can be switched to manual targeting by pressing middle mouse button wheel, and lock can also be cancelled by healing or canceling the heal ability. Users can also self-cast healing spells by holding the control key and pressing the ability key. Note that a future build will also or further refine targeting healing and modify the HUD to easily identify healing targets in and out of groups. So the critical hit system. They've added more ways that players can diversify their builds. All weapons have been assigned a critical hit chance. Currently they range from 3 to 5% depending on the weapon, but expect more variation in weapons focused on critical hits in the future. All weapons will also have a critical hit modifier which determines the extra damage that they do when they do crit. Critical hits and backstabs don't currently get called out in damage text with orange color like headshots do, but they will in the next release. Note we will also add perks that modify crit chance and modifier in the future. For the musket, trap cooldown increased to 30 seconds, and life staff smite upgrades changed. Decreased the bonus damage of Empower Smites to 15% and decreased the additional bonus damage to Ultimate Smite to 25%. For the sword, they increased the slow effect duration from Intimidating Rush to 4 seconds, and please note the new threat system above to further sword changes. Now regarding the user interface and the user experience, they've got additional nameplates. The nameplate system has 3 levels of details. Full, which shows everything. Medium, which shows the name and the guild crest. It hides other non-key info like the chat bubble, and small, which is just the small diamond version. The new default setting displays 5 full, 10 medium, and 31 distinct. Previously, only 1 full, 4 mediums, and 15 distinct nameplates would be displayed at once. We have also added a setting for the number of nameplates displayed so that you can decide how many nameplates you want to see at once regarding to your taste and what your PC can handle. So pin quest updates. You can now pin 6 quests instead of 3. Pin quest icons on the map are indicated by the pin icon, making them easier to spot. The ability for quality of life. The weapon mastery tutorial for new characters has been tuned slightly to make it more clear how ability slotting works, and the visual effects VFX has been added to the abilities that are slotted in the mastery screen. And another image of our wonderful friend here. So all in all, I am continuing to be excited for this game. I really enjoyed what I got to play, and I'm really looking forward to the future when we can finally go, again, hands-on with this game, but also hopefully play it where our investment pays off in the long run. I'll keep following it. Hopefully you guys enjoy these videos. If you do, be sure to hit the like button and come back for more. And let me know if you made it to the end of this video by saying, Reek. I don't know. There we go. I apologize for nothing in this case. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a fantastic week. This has been Brian for Ginger Prime. I love you. Hopefully I see you in my next video. But until then, take care. This video is sponsored by me, Ginger Prime. Hopefully you'll check out my podcast channel, Ginger Gaming Radio, which we have lots of guests, lots of great conversations, and even more highlights. Links are in the description below. Let me know what you think. Thanks.